Finally, with the latest trailer we have gained some real insight into the new relationship between Maul and his possible new apprentice Ezra, depending on how the events of the final proceed. A lot was revealed in the trailer, some things we knew and plenty of things we were speculating about, so let's get right into the discussion about Maul's motivations and goals. The first thing we learn from Maul relates to the Inquisitors, or more specifically, the Inquisitor plural. We can assume due to his statement about the Inquisitor being powerful, and the image from the previous trailer of Kanan laying on the ground, Maul would be referring to the new Inquisitor we have yet to see in action. The seventh sister and fifth brother have hardly proven themselves to be referred to as powerful by someone like Maul. Maul then lets us know something we have assumed due to his past, and that is that the Inquisitors and their masters are all his enemies. I will go into detail about why Maul sees the Sith and the Inquisitors as his enemies rather than the Jedi in a few moments, but first let's talk about Ezra asking Maul if he was a Jedi. Maul responds with, he was a Force wielder long ago, and when further probed by Ezra in response to being asked if he was a Sith, Maul says the following: the Sith took everything from me, ripped me from my mother's arms, murdered my brother, Savage Opress, used me as a weapon, and then cast me aside, abandoning me. Very emotional and powerful, and Maul is not deceiving Ezra here at all, as this is truly the history of the once Darth Maul. Everything Maul has once held close to him has been lost, primarily because of his former master, Darth Sidious. Darth Sidious was directly responsible for taking him from his mother and even killed his brother, Savage Opress, right in front of Maul's eyes. Sidious would then torture Darth Maul with Force lightning and only let him escape to eventually lead him to Darth Maul's mother, who would ultimately sacrifice herself so Darth Maul could escape. Sidious has truly taken everything from Maul and manipulated, deceived, and used Maul for most of his life. What is left of Maul seems to be nothing more than a shadow of his former self. We know that in the past Maul has hated and even detested the Jedi, but one can see that such feelings are long gone, or at the very least significantly overshadowed by his desire for revenge against the Sith, and more specifically Darth Sidious, who orchestrated just about every loss Maul has ever felt. With this knowledge, let's go back to Darth Maul's statement that he was a Force wielder long ago. This is very interesting to me, and coupled with Darth Maul's walking with a limp despite having cybernetic legs, could Maul have truly lost his ability with the Force? This seems very unlikely to me, and his limp might have more to do with Maul being in exile in the ruins of Malachor for a considerable time and the degrading of his cybernetic legs. So my assumption is he is referring to the last time he used his Force abilities in combat rather than the loss of them. So now we have a vastly different Maul than the last time we saw him, even to the point where he would possibly take on Ezra as an apprentice to further his goal of vengeance. Maul seems to be far wiser and has learned the lesson that directly attacking Sidious is no longer and has never been the right approach. Alright, now it's your turn. Let me know below what you think Maul has been doing for the last 15 years and his intentions with Ezra. The season finale is nearly upon us, and I look forward to discussing it with you very soon.